My name is Tammie and I've been coming to SBC since February this year.
My name's Leiarna and I've been at SBC for almost 2 years. So Tammie and I were born here in Sale and we've lived in Maffra our whole lives. Never gone anywhere, never moved. We went to school here locally, school all our life, primary school in Boysdale and then high school in Maffra. Really good. We were study-holics. Study-holics. We're twins, fraternal twins, and we've never barely had a day apart from each other. We're very close.
Very, very close. Yeah.
And yeah, we had a pretty usual upbringing, pretty usual childhood. Didn't get raised with technology really too much, so we were outside all the time, playing in the dirt, in the mud.
We got taught how to drive when we were about 8, as our family is involved with racing out in Boysdale, the local track there. So we got taught young how to control a car, and it was really fun, really good fun.
We have an older sister, an older brother, and it's been great. They've got 6 siblings. So being twins, we've never really known anything different. We don't know what it's like to be a single child.
I reckon it's great. You got a best friend there, always next to you, hip to hip. Always have someone to talk to, play with. You're never lonely. It was really great.
Yeah, being a child was great. You'd always have a play buddy.
Yeah.
We'd always have sleepovers, make tents out of chairs and blankets, and you're never bored. You just always have something. It was great.
But as classic twins, we always used to trick people a lot, saying we were each other. Definitely in school. High school, we'll switch classes and none of the teachers would know. It was really fun.
It was really fun. It was great. The classic twin thing to do. So our upbringing, we didn't grow up in a Christian household. There was no faith in the household. We never really got taught any of that. We, in primary school, there wasn't, there was this religious person that came by and taught us in classes. That's basically the only thing we got taught when we were younger. Not really any, none of our family are Christians or have faith or anything. Our mum
always knew there was something more out there. She was very curious, but
never really
looked into it. I knew there was, when I was a kid, when the clouds covered the whole sky, I thought that was heaven above us. I knew there was a God out there, but never really kind of looked into it more until when Leiarna started coming to church and talking about it. That's when I've kind of got a little bit curious about it and went to church with her and felt like that was home, so continued to go.
Yeah. As I was growing up when I was younger, I used to question it a lot in primary school, whether God was real or if he was not. Never really looked further into it, just kind of questioned it my whole life, basically. I wanted to believe there was something more out there rather than just life and that's done. And then, it wasn't until the start of COVID things beginning to change. I started feeling differently, there was the desire that my body was trying to chase but couldn't figure out, there was this hole in my heart that I couldn't fill, so I was trying to fill it with worldly things and partying and drinking and all that. And it wasn't till probably early to mid 2020, I started to question it really heavily, and I was I think I actually want to look into it. And it was really weird. I think things must have been coming onto my social media and it just subconsciously went into my head. And I was walking from my lounge room into my bedroom, and honestly, I don't know, it was this wave of emotion just came out, what the heck is this? I was what is going on? Who's God? What has he done? All that. yeah, I don't know what it was. I just, this sudden like peace like just rushed over me. I was like, whoa, it was just like this realization of there's something more. Not sure where Tammie was. She was probably in her room.
Yeah, I was during COVID. Became very independent and very closed off.
Yeah.
I think that's when I kind of started struggling with my mental health, but yeah, I didn't really notice anything different. I think
I'm pretty quiet.
You're very quiet and you hide it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty quiet when it comes to things about myself. I don't really talk about myself too much. And it was like this big change. It was like something I was exposed to that we've never knew before. Like I was just questioning it all. I was like, what is this life I haven't been exposed to? I was like, whoa. And from there it just grew, and I got a Bible. I started reading the Bible, and just started learning and questioning. And it was hard though, because I had no one to back me up. Like there was no one in my family who was Christian. So it was just me, God, the Bible and the internet for I think 3 years before I told anyone that this is what I believed in. To what I know now, that was the enemy trying to silence me and trying to just say, hey, no, let's not do that. But then it was good in a sense, because it helped my relationship with God grow so much. Like in that 3 years, I like grew so much in my faith and just my relationship with God. And so my relationship with God grew so much. Like I just got this fiery feeling inside me, like this desire, the hunger, just wanting to learn more. It was hard for me. I wanted to spread the gospel so bad during those 3 years, but I was so closed off about it that it was hard. Anywhere I go, I was trying to look for an opportunity to spread the gospel, but I couldn't speak. There was nothing coming out of my mouth. And it wasn't until mid-year 12, I'm gonna say, when I was speaking to Karen about it. She worked at my school, and she was actually the first person I told I was a Christian, and turns out she was a Christian too. And the relief that I felt that day, I was like, oh my gosh, there's someone like me. I was like, it was crazy. It was the best feeling ever, just knowing that she was Christian too. I was so stressed at that moment because I knew I was going to talk to her about it that day. I just had planned everything, and I was going to talk to her about my Christianity that day. And I was so stressed, like I don't even know what happened in school that day, because I just didn't even think about it. I was just full on thinking about it, this conversation. And yeah, the moment she said that she was Christian too, it was like, I was just like so relieved. I was like, there's someone like me, And yeah, she invited me out to SBC one day, and I've never left. I never spoke one word about it until
I remember when you told me actually, we were driving home from work or sale, and she was like, is it alright if I go to church on Sunday with a friend? I was like, yeah, that doesn't mind me, you can do whatever you want. Like, I support you, I don't really care what you do. And yeah, she was like, cool. And then after that, I guess I started questioning what my sister was doing, like kind of wanted to be a part of that. And then she invited me and my mum, and we went out for dinner. And I remember that's the first time you really got to spoke about it, like if mum and me had any questions. And I remember we were sitting at the park, and you were like very happy because you got to start sharing and everything, you know. No, I do. Yeah. The change that I saw in Leiarna was she seemed more happier, more open, and I guess more outgoing. I guess during those 3 years she was, I guess, more private, but during COVID I think everyone was. But yeah, I definitely noticed a change in her spirit and emotions. She was a lot more happier, and yeah, it was really, really good. Well, since a kid I always knew there was a God out there. And when Leiarna started going to church, that made me question, like, maybe there is something out there, a bigger person, big being. And yeah, she invited me and my mum to church with her one Sunday.
To see what
her
my life was like.
What was her life was like. And as soon as I walked through the SBC doors, the Holy Spirit rushed through my body. I felt, at the start, the first day, I felt so heavy when I was sitting down. Just I don't know why I was feeling so heavy. Maybe it was just the enemy trying to pull me back away or things like that. But yeah, after that day, I started questioning a lot. Like, maybe I want to be a part of this, like be accepted into a friendly community. And and I think it was about the third time coming to church is when I felt a rush go through my body. It was when a guest speaker was coming. Guest speaker was there, and she was praying over me and Leiarna, and I just got this sudden rush, of warmth and holiness, and I was like, I feel more confident in myself. I feel like I belong here and I'm at home, and I haven't felt that way for like a long time before then, and it just felt so good just to feel accepted, and yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah, I think the first time Tammie and Mum came to church with me, it had finished, we walked out, and then Tammie and Mum were like, we loved it. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I'm so excited. It was in October, middle of October, I came to church for the first time with Karen. I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to do. I was like my insides were eating me alive. I was like so nervous. And we walked in, Karen was just introducing me to everyone. It was a bit overwhelming. I'm kind of a shy person, so meeting all these people were like, oh. But no, it was, I came in the middle of the worship series, and there was a baptism on as well. And just the worship, it really drew me. I love to worship. It's like as soon as we started worshiping, all the nerves just went away. I was so excited. I was like, I love this. It feels great. And I could feel the warmth of the community there. Like SBC has a great community. Everyone's so welcoming and loving. And I just felt, it was at home. Every time I'm at SBC, I feel just calm and at home, and it's, surrounded by good people. So coming to church, I was able to be around the people that are like me, that share the same views and values, believe in the same things. I was able to build a community around me that I'm able to ask questions that I wasn't able to ask. And just watching people just so in love for Jesus at church, I just see it in their eyes and their hearts, and just seeing people worship, and it's just such a great feeling. It warms me inside. It's like, the challenges that I faced was probably right at the beginning, when I first told my family that I wanted to start going to church, that I believed in God. Most of the family were pretty supportive, which was great. There was my brother, he took some time to come around. He did say that I wasn't his sister if I went to church. That stuck me in the heart pretty well. It's just, I guess it was a shock for them because it wasn't our norm. It wasn't, nobody in our family went to church. So I guess it was a shock to him. He's good with it now, he's fine. He doesn't care. And so I think that was my hardest part, was just first coming out as a Christian. Our our friend still doesn't like it.
No.
She doesn't, like, she accepts us, but she still doesn't like that we go to church. She doesn't like us talking about it, so I don't really talk about it too much with her.
And when, like, she's around and we may been busy on the Sunday and didn't go to church, she was like, oh, congratulations, you know. Still that, like, trying to get us out of it, but she's accepting it, but
still doesn't like it.
Still doesn't like it.
So that was probably the hardest part, and not having anyone to back me when I first decided to become a Christian. That was probably the hardest part, not having anyone to ask questions, get answers from. But it wasn't too bad, honestly. It could be worse. It could have been worse.
Yes, and for me, it wasn't, I guess, as hard as Leiarna's because everyone was already accepting and welcome. So it was pretty much a breeze for me. There was no, like, hardship or, you know, judgment on it. So, yeah, she got all the hard yards.
Got all the hard stuff.
I guess it was still kind of is hard because I feel like my faith's a bit, not rocky, but I just been trying to heal on my own from, like, my mental health and trying to focus on myself. In my own faith, I feel like it's more Leiarna's thing because she's, like, more involved and, I guess, really educated more than I am at the start, but I'm coming around, you know, it's getting a lot easier to be my own person since we are so close. Just being a bit more independent, than what we were. So with my mental health, I think I started struggling around 2020, just with lockdown and doing school online. I'm a very practical person and rather be in class, but I guess, started being more shut off and very closed off from other people, didn't want to be around them, just wanted to be by myself. And then it just, I guess, gradually got worse over the years with school and so I have depression, severe anxiety that's due to school, which doesn't help. Year 12, very stressful. I also have, in the last year or so, I've been diagnosed with anorexia. And I think faith has really helped me in that area because I could have been a lot worse, but and I think he's helped me to heal and become my own person through other people, that my mental health team, I can really see him through other people, just working his magic to get me in a really good place, which I am really in a really good place at the moment. And just having, I guess, that person to talk to when you're alone and just, want to rant, get anything out. It's really good. It's really, really good. I'm actually looking really forward to the future with my faith. I really want it to grow more. I think it can always grow no matter how far or if you have to start or it can still really grow, and I can't wait to, if I do have a family one day, pass it down to them and, read your Bible every day and like in the morning at breakfast or after dinner at supper, and then pray with the kids. I can just see this whole picture with the kids and just sharing how there's this bigger being and he's like the loving, caring and forgiving person he is. And I just want it to grow more, and then I guess I want to talk to him more, I want to pray more, I guess learn how to pray more. I'm really looking forward to the future with how my faith will grow. I'm really excited to just being first generation Christians, which is pretty exciting. I'm not sure why God chose me to change the direction of our family, but I'm grateful that he did. I'm grateful that he chose me to change the future generations of our family, which I'm really excited for. I'm excited to change our family generation. I'm excited to bring God into as much of generations down from me as possible.
God will be in my life until the day I die. I can't wait to bring my family up one day in faith, encourage their faith, have their own faith, bring them to church, see the family, see the community, and I'm just really excited to see what God has for us in the future.